Hey everybody! Here for the special Christmas Eve edition of Ace Attorney Investigations. Serpent! This is a nice Christmas surprise. You're a nice Christmas surprise. Aw. Yeah, I did the same thing that I always do, where I go, it's 7 o'clock. Am I ready to stream? Let me get slightly distracted by Reddit, and then let me fall down a hole of YouTube videos. And then eventually I was like, it's 8 o'clock. Why don't I stream? Why don't I play a little bit more of this? Because I like it. We're going on with this. Because where did we leave off? We left off, like, the two guys who were part of the court case were murdered. And we're in the room with them. Alright. Looks like we now know everything we need to know about this case, but I've forgotten all of it. Badge, that's the important part. KG8 incident was from 3 years ago, was it? Where somebody, okay, right. She was killed. Her sister is the defense attorney for this case, and is probably the real murderer, because everybody has to murder their own family. He was in the hall on guard duty, heard a gunshot, only one gunshot, didn't hear a sign of struggle. Oh, big extended family gathering on the 26th, okay. Yeah, I don't imagine I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, because I'm going to, it's like 8 o'clock at night now on Christmas Eve. Tomorrow I'll be up overnight, and then I'm going to my parents for breakfast in the morning, coming home, going to sleep, waking up to get back over there in the afternoon for dinner, and then I'm going to want to go back to sleep because I actually do have to go into work tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow night. This is a bloody knife, so maybe it's the murder weapon, but maybe not. Because we get that all the time, right? Where they go, here, I found the murder weapon. And it's, no, actually, he was stabbed from outer space. Who even knows? This was found in his hand, specifically his right hand, which is not his shooting hand, according to what we know. Bullet to kill was fired from a few yards away, because there was no, so we don't think that they killed each other right on top of each other like that. Byrne Faraday and Macrell, September 10th, 4 p.m. Died of a knife stab to the chest. Shock from the stabbing caused instantaneous death, which is weird. It's possible he was alive for a little while after being shot, and that's what it looks like. And then we disturbed the scene a little bit so we could check it out. Oh, okay. Alright, so Umineko, I'm still at the very beginning of it, because I was delayed like a day because I found out that there was more Higurashi. There was a like a fan translation of some after the ending chapter called Saikoroshi. It's the one where like the main character dies like 3 minutes into the start of it. And so I watched that, and that made like a really good it felt like a good post-game kind of thing. I liked the story, I liked the way that the story ended, and it even though it didn't need to be there, it was a good extra chapter in my opinion. So then I started watching Umineko, but now that I'm done with playing the Talos Principle, I've been watching Keith Ballard's playthrough of that, so that takes up a lot of my free time at work too, is watching him. So I'm still like at the very, very beginning of it. They got to the island. I think they're just about to go actually walk in and meet the grandfather person. So still super early on, and I have no idea what's going on in that game yet. I'm sure it'll get interesting. But so far, all that's happened is it's just introducing characters. It's like, hi, I'm your other fourth cousin, second removed person. Looks like it has a quality nib. Why would that matter? I don't think it does. Somebody used the bag to... I forget what we said about this. I don't know why I'm going over all of these. It's not like a class trial. Are you sure we know everything? Of course. The incident began with Mr. Faraday attempting to get his revenge. The prosecutor went into a rage from being accused and tried to kill the defendant. The defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. Yeah, like the Danganronpa prologue section, right. Before anything of substance happens, we need to meet all of these characters. And I'm fine with that. I mean, after all, the, like, I watched the first 3 episodes of the Higurashi anime, and I'm like, this is kind of what I thought would happen, where, because we haven't had just freaking hundreds of pages of, you know, the kids just screwing around and being kids, you don't have, like, if you were gonna cut anything, that's what you have to cut, is the crust, where it's just them going, oh, let's play Old Maid, and go into, you know, like, this whole, like, they cut out so much of the kids just being kids that it seems like there's not gonna be anything left but the, like, murder factory. And so it misses out on a little bit of that, right? That's kind of why I wanted to make sure that I didn't just watch the show. I definitely got more out of the visual novel because of just how long they dragged on this is a normal kid, and he just moved into a thing, and these are his friends, and something's a little bit suspicious. And it's like, okay, well, 8 hours later, we start to find out that it really is suspicious, and there really is stuff going on, but that slow burn was important. Yeah, it's especially weird that all of their names are, like, Western names, but they keep making sure to point out that how they're written in kanji, and I'm like, I don't know if that matters? Well, everyone has Western names except for the main character, Battler. Like, yeah, we named our kid Battler, you know, from the kanji for fight and person. They call that a battler in English, right? No, we don't. That's silly. Oh, she did I like when she does the bow. No margin for doubt. Alright, we have to prove her wrong. Is this it? This is their very, very first showdown. What happened when they were tiny little preteens. While on the brink of death, managed to wrest the knife away and stab him. Is this gonna have to be? Is this gonna be who was? This one is Macrel. The guy laying on top is Faraday. Yeah, see, the problem here is that the wrong guy is on top. If Rel was still alive and standing while Faraday was dead, then he should be the one who's on top. Yeah, this is, I mean, I especially disliked the last case, the fun house, or the, whatever, the Blue Badger case. Arg, he says. I'm just pressing because I want to see which one do they want me to contradict, though. Usually, just going by the Phoenix Wright meta, sometimes he'll sneak in a parenthetical comment that's like, this is the one that I'm going to contradict. Oh, here we go. Okay, it was press for the exact statement.
Hold it.
I don't think there's really a reason to press on this, but I'll press on it anyway. So that was just her summarizing the whole thing. Alright. I should compare her claim with the data I've gathered so far. That's how you play this video game. I forget what we figured out about these two. We found something out and I forgot what it was. Alright, so the meta would dictate that this has got to be the one that I'm supposed to... Professor Portal, hello! I meant to, but did not actually download... I found the Thinking with Time Portals. I was supposed to download it and didn't. Unless I did. I might have actually hit download and forgot about it. But that will, for sure, our next stream, which is not tomorrow night, so I don't know when it'll be, but that will be Thinking with Time Portals. Or Thinking with Time Machines, whatever it's called. See, now I'm not sure. Like, a number of these seem to be saying exactly the same thing. Faraday was instantaneous, Rel survived for a short time. Faraday died. Faraday shot Rel, then died. They struggled. Is there some reason that we shouldn't think that they struggled? Oh. that was a little too easy. Man. I need to wake up. For the sake of argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. So, what you're saying is this. Mr. Rell took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife from the bag. Then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed? No. Yeah, we know the death was instantaneous. Where was that? Autopsy? Dang it, where is it? Here we go. Shock from the stab and caused instantaneous death. For this one, crime scene notes.
Take that!
Mon Dieu, happy holidays to you too. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, I gotta remember. I have to remember before midnight to go to somebody's Discord and post a picture. A Phoenix Wright picture. I just remembered. If the report is correct, then there's only one correct explanation. Or there was a third person here and he escaped out the window. Getting fooled over here. How naive of you to believe that your only opinions are... that only your opinions. Still to discover the crime and the truth of the crime scene officer. Waggle waggle, Franziska. Jun and Hayai wayo. You say there's a flaw in my logic. Faraday died instantaneously. And the fact that he did is what gives rise to the contradiction in this scene. The order the bodies fell. If he was the first one to die, he should be on the floor, not on top of the other guy. Took the gun from the bag, shot Rell, wounded Mr. Rell, took the knife, struck back. Upon being stabbed, Faraday died on the spot, and then Rell died after. But the bodies are in the wrong order. No! That's just like your opinion, man. Like, the one thing I've mentioned a couple times already. She's getting saucy. Not so fast. Is that Edgeworth never gets as shaken as Phoenix does, right? Phoenix really, really winds up on the ropes most of the time. He's supposed to have that I hope this is the right answer kind of vibe to him. Like, maybe I can't explain what happened, but maybe it was like this, and he, lucks his way into not getting instantly declared guilty. Whereas Miles just has that unflappable character. He's always going to be like, I am confident that I will find the answer. Even though at this point he's like 9 years old. Decisive evidence, of course. It was just chance that Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Rell's. I want to be the guy. He fell up first. Two bodies fell into a pile, which indicates they attacked each other at the same time. It really doesn't matter in the slightest that they fell in the opposite order. Now, it is possible that you could, like, from a whatever kneeling position or something, stab up, kill the guy, he dies instantly, right? And then you fall to the floor underneath him. But what really happened is it's going to be the gunshot. It's going to be the fact that there's no gunpowder burn on the clothing, which means that they weren't, this didn't all happen. Right? Maybe? The two bodies fell into a pile. Attacked each other at the same time. No. Because the gun was fired from a few yards away. What? You... Oh, you guys are the worst. I was correct. Come on. I was getting hasty. That really should have worked. They should have gave that to him. What do you mean they attacked each other at the same time? Could you add it to your testimony? Had the two different weapons in his hands. He made to attack Mr. Rowe while holding the knife and the revolver? Did he file down the grip so that he could hold the gun with both hands while holding the knife so that he could switch to CQC at a moment's notice? Grabbed the knife as he was falling. Man, that's the play of the game right there. This really should have been skippable. I'm not mad, but I'm pretty angry. From close range, cheese. Nonsense. Jensen from I'm not familiar with Lost Odyssey at all. The firing of the handgun did not leave a gunpowder burn on Mr. Rell's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rell and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards! This is by far the biggest contradiction, and it was the biggest contradiction even when I said it the first time. Foolish line of foolish thought. If I'm not right, then who was phone? Person attacked first? That would be, neither. There was a third person here. It was that third person who killed Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell, and set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. That third person is the real culprit. I'll present it and lay bare the final piece of the puzzle that's not yet in place. Yeah, why haven't I heard of this? Let me check this guy out. Yes, that is pretty similar. Was it this? What was the deal here? Bag inside a bag. Was it the bags? Was it the fact that even though there was no struggle, bags were strewn all over there to make it look like there was? I think it was. There's really nothing else, so take that. Okay, it was both of those. They also would have accepted gun in the wrong hand. See, there they were lenient, but for my brilliant presenting of the pistol. I love how He's like, I can't prove it unless I have decisive evidence. And then the decisive evidence is plastic bags can't be on the ground unless people struggled. Of course. Like, what if one of those guys was just a slob? It was like, I'm just gonna casually scatter some plastic bags around, you know, as you do. Make myself at home. Open and shut case. Oh, and by open and shut case, I mean we still have a long way to go.
Objection.
Who was that? That was a weak objection, voice. This woman is doomed. She has no future career. Also because she's the murderer, so we're gonna catch her. Please gumshoe under arrest. Okay. Alright, sure. どういうこと? Looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates. All a giant lie. Alright. Eyewitness testimony from the judge. Is this what we've come to? Did you kill Faraday? Ng. I'm in the hallway the whole time. Dude's about to shoot us. Before you take him into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something. Sure. Lay it on me. Oh. No one else was in that hallway at any time, correct? What was that? You're being awfully defensive. Gotcha! If I say he wasn't in the hallway, he's just going to claim that he was. Right? I don't have any evidence. I'll ask him anyway. Maybe asking all three of these doesn't reveal anything. It's just I'm supposed to strike out 3 times so they can take him away. Gingurk. Fine. Oh, she has a motive. Them freckles. About a week ago, I saw the detective get chewed up by a livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there super pale as Mr. Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut for you, you nitwit." Brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut. That's reason enough for a grudge. Yeah, she's really insistent on mocking Miles for the way that he talks, which unfortunately in English it isn't quite as distinct. I imagine in Japanese he's using she's making fun of specific things that he's conjugating in, in a way that makes him look like he's older and more dignified than he really is. I do appreciate in Umineko that it looks like when localizing they did keep a lot of things in Japanese and just left them. They do that thing where they I don't know if that's like a standard visual novel thing now, but I saw it in Steins Gate a lot where they would just go, "Hey, this is in red or in green or whatever," and it just means that now that you've seen it, you can go look at the footnote that explains the context behind it. That's the way that I would prefer to see things. Because to me, it's not disruptive to go, like, here's this thing you don't understand, and then we give you a place to look it up. May not be so perfect. It sounded fine, right? He got yelled at.
Hold it!
Shaking. Ahem.
Hold it!
Yeah, actually, he does have the thing that he always has. Oh, that's not what she was talking about, though. His little, what's it supposed to be? Like a bandage or something that he always has on his face? Yeah, I missed. What's her first name? Callisto U. Who is the other? Her sister was CCU.
Hold it!
Is he not brand new? Is that the contradiction? I don't see anything in here that I can contradict with evidence. Can we just give her a finger waggle and be on with it? Sure. Oh, okay, there's no motive for killing the other guy, I guess. I didn't even do anything. Oh, progress. Okay. I was worried that that was just going to wind up with another thing being appended on, you know, one more piece of testimony that I would then have to object to. But nope, here's a whole new thing. All we had to do is press and say that one question. There's no one out there with a motive to kill both. Really? Is the newspaper article? I don't remember enough about... I knew there wasn't any point to that. All right. Yeah, the only thing, it's got to be this. It's got to be the incident. The KG-8. So he pretty much spelled out it's got to be this, right? This is another thing. This is another dead giveaway, right? Phoenix Wright, if somebody presses and the first thing that they say is just restating what the person said, like word for word, that means that this is the one that you have to present on. When he just says, can you really say that blah 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 blah? Okay. Back up. Back up.
Objection!
Take that. Well, not take that, but objection. We are looking for someone with a reason to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. I can think of at least one person that fits the bill. He was the suspect in the original KG-8 incident and a member of the Codopian, and a member of the Codopian embassy staff, Mr. Manny Cochin. Oh, I forgot that we saw him. I totally forgot that we saw him. Dot exclamation mark. There was an interesting little thing that I saw that had said that they're talking about what was it? Well, I guess it's hard to pick. Like, a lot of people pick on Squall, right, for his ellipses, but it is a very Japanese thing. It's not just Squall. It's endemic to Japanese text that they just love putting ellipses in. I think it was more about his, like, he has sort of a catchphrase where I was thinking of something totally different. It wasn't the ellipses, it was Squall's fondness for saying never mind, when in Japanese he totally doesn't. Every single one of those never minds is like it's not him saying the same thing in Japanese every time. He actually has a completely different catchphrase in Japanese that didn't make it over to English. Umi Echo screenshot that you always bring up regarding excessive ellipses. I'm sure I'll get there someday. It's so long, though. It really is an extremely, extremely long series, isn't it? Plus, when I was watching Higurashi, since it's not voiced, I would watch, like, the person who uploaded it just had it on auto or whatever, but I would watch it at 2x speed because, you know, you can just read it as it's going. But here I do want to listen to the voices, especially the one guy is Jotaro, I think, from JoJo. But so I want to hear all the voices, so I'm not watching it at 2, you know, occasionally I'll put it up to 1.5 during the parts that aren't voiced, but I don't like switching back and forth. So it's going to take me so long to watch the whole thing, but I'll enjoy it. You'd just be wasting your time. And why is that, sir? He was up in the viewing gallery. Every cop in this place has been keeping an eye on the guy since he arrived. Just gonna keep ignoring that window, huh? And that, as they say, is that. Right, everyone? Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Even the little sprite laugh is cute. Okay, I get to examine this at all. I'd like for you to tell me everything you know about the original KG-8 incident. I believe that I have proof of your connection to the KG-8 incident. She can't tell you anything with a straight face. See? Times 0. You asked that question with such a serious look on your face that I couldn't help but debate you. Ahem. All right, I'll tell you everything. You know, it was. He came to watch the trial. Apparently, he only found out that I was the defense lawyer on this case after he'd arrived. I forget who was she. She was defending Rel, right? Mac Rel. And he confessed. The way she talks about slapping it's kind of creepy. He's not related to the double murder. I asked around and people in the gallery claim he was in his seat the entire time. Sister. Okay, right. So Kochen was the guy who apparently killed her sister but got away with it. The evidence to convict him did exist. Faraday was the defense lawyer. A man in black made off with the most important piece of evidence. This is going to be Yatagarasu, right? Maybe? Okay. Right, I knew it was something that he confessed. Wait, who's the dead person this time? Dead man. How could I forget? I mean, Sean Bean. Right, so Sean Bean is the guy that was killed this time. And Macrel said, yes, I did it, but Yatagarasu ordered me to, and he claimed that... Right, and he claimed that the defense lawyer, Faraday, was Yatagarasu, and gave him that order. Okay. I'm starting to get it now. Smuggling ring being run by the Omano group is one of... by the smuggling ring being run out of by one of the secretaries. They bailed him out. And all of this is just a flashback to a flashback where we're eventually, in the present day, going to tackle this smuggling group in Case 5. Probably. It's like, I'm sorry I made you talk about your murdered sister. And she's like... There's no need to worry. That would cause a time paradox. Laughter is the best medicine. careful with that edge, Worth. All right. It's my belief that these two cases are related somehow. To be continued. We'll keep going, obviously.